Excuse me.
Oh.
Sorry. We're here to help.
Those are both girls and guys? Okay. Is there one?
There's a men's and women's.
Is that both the men's and women's?
Yes.
Wow, awesome. Are you guys just going in whenever it becomes open?
Yeah.
That's what I would do.
Yep.
Mara, you're going to ask if they have free trade, right? Fair trade, ask.
Feel nice to Howard Church now.
Like huge accent. I will.
Yeah.
Milk and substitute cool.
Except I'm not going to get coffee, so I'll just ask. Say, oh, okay.
I'm going to get it. Can I get it with you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
Ice water? Chicken veal tea?
I can help whoever's next in line. How are you?
Do you have fair trade coffee here?
We have what?
Fair trade?
That and just this.
Okay, fair trade coffee. Coffee mastery? We don't. No, we
Yes,
don't.
we do.
I thought we did. We have one fair trade coffee, and it is.
I'd love to talk to you about coffee.
Which one is it?
Can I? Can we
Yes.
we just save
Can we write
Let's
it
say,
movie
no,
and
we
that.
have one
Let's go over
fair
to the
trade.
Might I tell you?
Can we order?
Yes, you can order. Then meet me over here.
Oh, yeah. Wait, no, can we order first?
Okay.
Can I
Like,
get
sorry, no, we had one. He's like, he was right there, and I'm like, yes, we have fair trade.
Do you know which one it is? Do you know which one it is? Is it on tap, kind of brew?
It is actually
No substitute corn.
Oh, we have
$2.75.
Yeah, there's one fair trade coffee that we have, which is Italian roast.
yeah.
But I wanted to talk to you about something to just kind of expand your horizon.
Okay.
This is my 60-second spiel.
Okay.
So Fair Trade is a third-party organization that certifies the food. You guys know all about it.
So-
Have you heard of Conservation International?
So that's what I saw on the website, and I hadn't heard about it, so I was really curious. It's not another third party?
It is another third-party
Okay.
organization, just like Fair Trade. It hasn't been necessarily marketed as much as Fair Trade, but I can tell you that the biggest difference is that since Fair Trade coffee can't be purchased from cooperatives, Conservation International steps in and will buy coffee from cooperatives. And they work in the same sense. There's just basically a list of practices in which if farmers meet requirements, they get more money for their crops.
So,
90% of the coffee we have is Conservation International, and then just one more shout out to Fair Trade.
can I also ask,
Yes.
I'm going to buy this. So, would it,
What's your name?
is it the fair trade, so they're only able to buy from the farmer directly? It doesn't go to the cooperative first to
Exactly.
the, okay.
So, but what I would say though too is on average, Starbucks is paying more through Conservation International than Fair Trade. So if you're looking to support like farmers, the average price of Conservation International per pound is higher than the Fair Trade price.
Okay, so they're getting more back from
So,
yeah, that's what I couldn't.
the logo that you're looking for Conservation International is right here, and they're fantastic.
Wait,
And so then how do we know when
Yes,
we...
this doesn't have it because it has a Fair Trade.
so then which one is better?
That's
Well,
what we
it
were just
honestly,
talking
in
about.
my
They're
opinion,
different.
as long as you're getting either one, they're just as good. But
Okay.
realistically, they won't really stand for the same thing. I'm an advocate for Conservation International because they're kind of the underdog. They're just not marketed as much as like the future is really, really well known, and they do great things. But
But I heard that
happen
farmers
with the
can
larger-
still. I heard farmers can still not get a good wage on fair trade. Like fair trade has this problem, so I was wondering if this is
every
better.
company has its problems, and I think that if you were to look at,
What is it, Carol?
do you want to see something really cool?
Actually getting there, so good.
So we went to a Starbucks on our campus. Sorry, we went to a Starbucks on our campus, and we asked them if they had fair trade, and the barista said no, we have espresso.
Well, I knew we had one, so which one did you want?
But so
I guess I have a question for him. How do we know, like, when we're getting something here, if it's fair, like, which one it is?
So this one will
If we're
say
getting
fair
a
trade.
drink-
Everything else is
If we're getting a
conservation.
drink, how do we know which coffee is.
Oh, sure. So we're getting we use espresso roast, and so and espresso roast is
That's
through
why he says
Conservation
espresso.
International.
So it's conservation.
And what about the refreshers?
2015 was the date in which Starbucks set for having 100%
I get
ethically
half
sourced
cafe
coffee.
Americano.
No, 2015.
Oh, can I get half
this year.
Americano?
And we're
We're
like
gonna decaf Americano. Sorry.
99%.
Decaf Americano? Do you want any room?
Yeah, in fact,
And
Extra
your
the
name?
only
Beth,
coffees that are
BETH.
kind of in question are coffees from Africa because the government has so much more control over the process.
So most of your coffee doesn't come from Africa.
There's only 2 coffees we have that are African.
Okay, 5:45, please.
And then do you want one of these?
Yes. I will take both because I'm curious and try whatever she wants.
Can I get a medium cool lime refresher? And and I didn't.
And then, can I get your name?
Mara.
M-A-R.
A.
Thank you for taking the time to talk to us. Oh, and also, yeah. So the barista on our campus.
Okay, 195.
We asked them if they have
Yes.
Mara, you did say the cool lime, correct?
Let's check this out. Nothing there, but I'm reloading.
You owe 195. There was
Oh,
nothing
no,
on
it
it.
was nothing. So then let's delete that and load it at $20.
$20?
Yeah.
So the
And charge it on that.
Yes, International is what Starbucks sought out to create, which is called cafe practices. And cafe practices is a set scorecard for.
Would you like your receipt?
Yes, please.
Okay.
It is. And so like this is like the general like idea of like, any sort of criteria that's met because a certain card.
Yeah. It is. There we go. Do you want your, these round?
So in a sense,
Do you want these round?
No, we have a grinder.
Give you a bag, and it's always better when you grind them as you go. They're coming right up. Thank you.
Thank you. No, you're awesome. Thank you.
And does anyone besides Starbucks know?
they're a third-party company, and I know that they work directly with Starbucks. I have not heard them as far as working with anyone other than Starbucks. But then again, I have very little experience working with any other coffee company that might potentially use it. I would think that if you were to go to Conservation International's website, you could see that I'm sure they have to work with more than just Starbucks, because in general, Starbucks only purchases 3% of the total market of coffee.
And so it's called Conservation International, which makes me wonder,
Oh,
is it just ethical labor conditions, or
No,
there are
ethical
other
no,
sourcing.
it's bird friendly and all of those things probably as well, I would imagine.
So ethical sourcing is basically comprised of not only just like the farmer, but also like shade room. Not using organic, too, which sometimes it's hard because organic can be hard on the farmer in the classification process. But Conservation International stands for if you look through this, there's like signs posted for like no hunting in the area.
Do you have a card?
Do I have a card? I don't personally have a card, but our store might have a card.
Yeah, I was wondering if we could pitch our students' idea. So they're investigating the global coffee system.
Yeah.
And we kind of motivated it by Do College Dream and Laughing Night Coffee. And we have Starbucks on campus. We have a President's Blend on campus. I don't know where that comes from.
Fresno State?
Yeah, and so I'm really curious if their answers, since you know a lot about coffee, if their answers kind of make sense. And so it would be nice to actually...
Whose answers make sense?
The students. So they seem to be isolating fair trade as one of the problems.
that there's problems with the fair
The fair
trade
system and making coffee more sustainable overall. And we read some articles about the monoculture. So coffee's kind of, I don't know if it's really true or not, but it was like averting a coffee crisis. And that there's this rust, and another article had the beetle or something, and that it's a monoculture, so the species that are left are like these two main species, and that genetic diversity is actually beneficial, and kind of they see this science, this science solution possibly.
Well, more so, I think that is a direct result of having to have coffee treated for different types of like bacteria or bugs. It's that I've seen a lot of coffee plants themselves that aren't resistant to certain diseases being grafted with the roots of other coffees that are. And I think stuff like that is a great way to go instead of just spraying your crops with that stuff.
So, to you, have you seen more of that implementation in the coffee practice? Is it growing?
It's hard. It's hard because here, and it would
Right.
be great to just travel around to like.
Well, no, I don't know if
Starbucks.
you see it in your coffees coming in. Sorry.
Oh yeah.
Not like actually seeing, but that's what I meant.
I mean, in a nutshell, though, you have to think of like, okay, so if you're getting coffee, and if Starbucks in general has 3% of the world's coffee, well, where is your coffee coming from? Where is it being grown? So we like to say that even if a coffee isn't organic, that if it's being grown at a high enough altitude and it's being taken care of properly, that there isn't necessarily a need for it to be organic, certified, because it basically already is. But the farmers don't have to go through that, and we know it's quality, and we're paying top dollar for it. But that's where the ambiguity. There's so much ambiguity.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't know if I answered your questions. There's
You
a lot.
answered
I'm
a
actually
lot.
just sitting down with it right now. Starbucks has a program for its partners or employees called the Coffee Master Program, and you sit down and you can get to like really experience pretty much from seed to cup what goes into a cup of coffee. And I'm actually for 8 hours. I'm only doing that for 8 hours today. I'm sitting down and watching videos and reading and writing notes down and asking partners like what they think about certain things. So it's really cool.
Does Starbucks have an education outreach kind of program?
Do they have what?
Educational outreach kind of
Well, they
program?
pay for education for all their employees, which is really cool.
I mean,